If you're a short girl and you struggle with losing weight because you feel like your calories are really low, I'm gonna tell you something even if you don't wanna hear it. It is harder for you to lose weight and maintain your weight loss versus somebody that's taller. And honestly, that is just how it is. Now, I'm gonna give you a couple tips that are gonna help you be able to eat more calories throughout your days, throughout the rest of your life in order to maintain your weight loss or lose weight easier. The first thing that you need to remember is that strength training and getting your steps in are going to become your best friend. I know I'm a broken record and I say the same shit over and over again, but especially for the short girls, you need to get more steps in and you need to strength train. Anything that you can do that ups your resting metabolic rate is going to make it so much easier for you to maintain weight loss. And the more muscle you have, the more calories you're going to burn at rest and the more calories you will burn during exercise. So it is very important to have a strength training routine. Second thing, you got to eat your protein every day. Protein is going to keep you fuller for longer. It's going to help you grow those muscles and it's honestly just better for you overall. And this is coming from somebody that is almost 5'1" and I maintain my weight at like 2,500.
If you are a petite girl and you're trying to lose fat, the type of workout that you choose is very important. You're burning so much fewer calories than the average person that if you're not doing some sort of movement and you're just sitting all day, that's going to be a problem. Another problem that can come up is when you work out too much and too hard and too intense, you're going to be so hungry. So if you're a petite girl who wants to lose fat, this is what you're going to do. Walking, non-negotiable. I prefer to see it as time versus steps. So I go on more frequent walks that way. I just find it mentally better for myself. Like I can go for 10 minutes here, 20 minutes there. I try to walk for at least a total of 60 minutes per day, on average 30 to 90. Second type, you want to get a little bit of tone, a little bit of sculpt. I'm not talking about if you're trying to be like super muscular. That's going to be a different story. If you want to get a little toned, a little sculpted, home workout videos, less than 30 minutes. If you're spending too long working out or too intense working out, you're going to be very hungry and it's going to be very hard to lose fat.
Petite fat loss tips I'm an absolute broken record about as a 4'10" fat loss dietitian. One is paying attention to your biofeedback. What I mean by that mainly is listening to and follow your hunger fullness cues. This is so often overlooked, but I think that is the key to being able to lose fat as a short gal with ease. Because as short gals, our metabolisms are lower at baseline, so we need less calories and we burn less calories just by existing. But that doesn't mean that our appetites are any lower, but by following our hunger fullness cues, we're able to just kind of look at what we're doing instead of paying attention to what everyone else can have and we can't have. Then your metabolism is dictating when you're hungry and when you're full. So then if you're just following that, it's easy. To go along with that, tip 2 is not calorie tracking. I find that calorie tracking cuts you off from your ability to listen to and follow your hunger fullness cues. Because calorie tracking is not something you're gonna do for the rest of your life. You don't wanna have to look at a number of everything you're eating forever. With hunger fullness cues, that's an insurance policy on your results. So if you don't know how to eat when you're hungry, stop when you're full, and lose weight and maintain your weight without tracking every single bite of food, then you're going to fail. But also tracking is full of errors and it can also make you overeat because you're not listening to your hunger fullness cues. 3 is honoring your psychology in your fat loss plan. You need to know yourself and know what's important to you and what's not. Because obviously sacrifices have to be made for you to be in a calorie deficit a little bit more than someone who's tall because you just have less calories to play with. But you need to know what actually you can cut out and not miss. What actually isn't adding to your life or fulfillment that much that you can leave behind and be okay with. If you're cutting out social events, your favorite foods or drinks, the things that bring you joy throughout the day, it's not gonna work. You're not gonna be able to maintain that. Get rid of the stuff that isn't adding that much and keep around the things that are making a big difference to your fulfillment and satisfaction.
This is how to get your dream body
For the petite girls only.
We're 5'3",
I'm 5 feet and since lost 154 pounds.
so you can trust us when we say these actually work.
As petite girls, we're not just short, we're strategic.
Here's how to hit your body goals without wasting any time. 1. Stop copying.
tall girl workouts. We can get bulky faster, but we also build muscle faster.
So focus on high reps and low weights. 2. Portion control isn't optional for us small-framed girls.
Which means fewer calories needed.
Focus instead on foods with high nutrient density.
3. Don't sleep on stretching and Pilates.
It naturally elongates your frame and makes you look leaner. And last one, confident.
You can't grow any more inches, but you can glow from within.
So own your energy
and your new body.
One type of nutrition video that I hate seeing on this app is when you see those women and they're like, X amount of calories is way too low in order to lose weight. I literally saw someone say that you can't lose weight on 1,500 calories because it's too low. Girl. Like, these recommendations are so damn, are you kidding me? Have you ever met anyone below 5'5" in your entire life? If I really told myself that 1,500 calories was too low, I would never lose weight. Especially, say if you're a 5-foot woman and you don't move, you have a desk job, your daily steps are 2,000. I can guarantee that your weight loss calories are probably around 1,200 to 1,500 a day. If you don't move, going? And it's not even like a disordered eating thing. It's got nothing to do with any of that. It's just the reality. Like, personally, for me, to get down to like a certain body fat percentage, even with all the exercise and activity and working out and everything I do, I've had to go low. I've never had to go 1200, but I've had to go to 15, below 1500. And it especially scares me when these people are like nutritionists or like coaches and they're like, yeah, you shouldn't be eating below 1500 calories. If you're not losing weight, it's probably because you're not burning enough calories in order to put you in a calorie deficit to lose weight. That is thermodynamics. The harsh truth is some people are going to find it harder than other people, especially small people, because you can't eat a lot, because you're just so small and there's not, like, your body doesn't burn enough to warrant eating 2,000 calories to lose weight. Whereas someone who's 6 foot and 200 pounds, sure, I can't take it here anymore.
All right, what I'm about to say might be interpreted two different ways, but I watched last night a girl's What I Eat in a Day, and this girl never posts What I Eat in a Day ever, but she did as requested per a lot of people, and this girl is extremely lean, super beautiful, super toned, and literally like body goal to the max, okay? Super lean and skinny, okay? She posted the What I Eat in a Day, and she got maybe 70% of the comments kind of bashing her about the amount of food that she had, saying it's too little for a woman, whatever like that. But to be honest, one, we don't know how many calories she really had in a day and how much she has in a week. And two, this is the reality of things. The people that look that lean, and they're also not that tall either, don't eat that much food. And I did a video on this a few months ago that got a couple million views. And 50% were saying this is so true, and the other 50% were saying you're lying. Well, guess what? I'm not lying, and that is proof. I'm not saying I like Liv Schmidt, but when she was on here and she was showing her What I Eat in a Days, I know sometimes supposedly she would lie about how much she was really eating. She would even eat less than that, but she's being honest about how much little food, on the contrary of like what other influencers post. Because when I tried eating that much food as the influencers that lied, I was not understanding why I was still gaining weight and they're staying that lean. It's the truth. It's the truth. I'm not telling you to starve yourself. I'm not telling you to do anything. You don't need to lose weight. No one needs to lose weight unless they willingly want to for themselves. But to be real, a lot of people don't eat that much if they are short, skinny, and lean. Don't care what you say, it is the truth. And to me, it's really annoying for people to go ahead and comment how little or like hate on this person in a negative way about how much they're eating. If that's literally what you asked for, that is literally what you're going to get. This is why so many people are fake online, because you guys hate when they're real.
You are at my goal, 5'2", starting was 153. I'm down to 140. First off, congrats. These are my top secret fat loss, weight loss hacks. If you're 5'2", really if you're any height, it doesn't matter. For some reason, I have called in the short woman because I'm short. We flock together. Okay, anyways, tips for consistent fat loss. I'll break this down into 6 different tips. Number 1, increase your steps. This is one of the simplest ways to consistently lose fat. And walking is also, it has a neutral effect on your appetite, whereas running might make you feel much more hungry. So I like walking for that reason. I get 15 to 20,000 steps in every single day, and I'm able to eat 1,900 calories at 5'2" and consistently lose fat. Number 2, strength train. Like you said, 3 days a week is really all you need. You can do 3 full body days, or you can do a 4-day split, 2 upper, 2 lower. You can customize that based on if you want to have an extra lower body day, and if you don't want to work your upper body as much, it doesn't freaking matter. That alone is going to allow you to eat a really good amount of food. We have this idea that we can't eat a lot of food because we're short. False. 2,000 calories is a lot for me. Sometimes I struggle. The more you can get your steps up and the more you can get consistent with strength training in the gym, the more you're going to be able to experience consistent results that are sustainable and that don't leave you feeling like you have to binge or overeat at the end of the night. I kid you not, binge eating for me comes because of the fact that mentally I feel like I'm not eating enough food, or I'm just solely not eating enough food. So when I increase my steps, I can eat 1,900 and that feels a heck of a lot better than 1,500. I like to eat. Therefore, I just had this huge hairball come off of me. I don't even know where it's from. Therefore, I walk more so I can eat more. Number 3 is going to be track everything. Honestly, the biggest reason why I see people fail at weight loss is because they think they're not making progress when they have one high scale day, or when they have 1 week where they're bloated, or when they have 1 week where the scale doesn't move down. Stop tracking everything day to day. Start tracking week to week and month to month. The week before your cycle, your weight will probably go up 2 to 5 pounds. that doesn't mean you've gained weight. This is just where certain hormones are fluctuating. You're holding on to a bit more water. Maybe you're a bit more constipated the week before your period. What I would say is start weighing them daily and keeping track of those fluctuations and looking at your weekly average weight. If that is consistently going down, cool, you're in the golden area. What I also tend to see happen is weight doesn't really move for a bit, and then at the end of the month, we have this drop. So don't give up right away. Track everything. Take progress photos. Sometimes scale weight isn't even the only indicator you need to look at when it comes to fat loss and body weight composition, because sometimes scale weight stays the same. Progress photos, have a pair of shorts that you wear consistently or bikini that you wear consistently to track, so that way you know every time you put it on, okay, it feels a bit better today. It looks a bit better today. I look a bit sexier in this bikini today. Looking at your progress photos, oh wow, look at that. That back roll is gone. Oh wow, look at that. I see my quad muscle. Look at that. My glute looks more lifted. You know, track these things. Track your steps every single day. Track your sleep. Like, start becoming very detailed with these things, so that way when you feel like you're not making progress, you can go back to your metrics and say, oh wait, no, I actually have the evidence here that I'm doing everything. And if I keep doing everything, I will inevitably see progress. I don't know if that was 3 or 4. I think that was 4. No, that was 3. I don't know what number I'm on, but another tip I have is not to rush the process. I have always been the person who has wanted weight loss as fast as possible. And sure, I lost the weight, but it would always backfire on me. And I would always either gain it back or I'd end up with a super stressed, bloated body. After going through a great deal of gut issues for a couple of years, I really had to understand that sustainable is what works for me. I am not someone who can do aggressive cuts or drop my calories by 1,000 calories a day to see results. I'm not. What I find works best is a sustainable, slower approach. And this is why I love increasing your freaking steps, because it has a neutral effect on your appetite. So you can walk more and contribute to your total weekly deficit by walking more without it feeling like you have to go run 10 miles in order to lose body fat. Like, 2 very different things. But rather than be like, okay, I have to drop my calories, 600 calories, 500 calories a day, focus on 200 or 300 at first. See how that feels and increase your steps with that. And you will get to that 500 calorie deficit a day if you are increasing your steps and you are in a 300 calorie deficit food-wise. Trust me, the slower that you go with this at a reasonable pace, the less aggressive you are with it, the more it's going to pay off in the future, because you're going to be able to get to where you are. It's going to be your new lifestyle now. Not just a quick little thing you did. It's something that you worked on for months and months and months and months and months. And the mental side of everything, the mental side of it also was worked on for months and months and months. My last tip, fiber. Okay, hear me out. If you focus on getting a lot of fiber in day to day, it's going to make it that much easier to stick to a caloric deficit, because fiber is going to make you feel full. Make sure you're getting your fats in and make sure you're getting your fiber in. Protein, of course, too. Body weight and protein. We all know that, though. I feel like you probably knew that before you started this video. Fiber, like 25, 30, even 40 grams a day. Trust me, it's going to help so much with cravings. It's going to help so much with being able to eat in a deficit and not feel like, oh my gosh, I'm ravenous. Also, like, if you're eating ultra-processed foods for every single meal, you're going to feel freaking hungry at the end of the day. You're getting no nutrients in. I don't care if you have 10% of your, I don't care if you have a sprinkle of processed foods on your yogurt bowl or whatever it is, or if you eat some bread, whatever. I don't care. If you've got issues, it's a different story. Focus on foods that are real. 1 ingredient, steak, chicken, seafood, lettuce, tomato, cucumber, freaking olive oil, sardines, oysters. What else do I like? Oranges, blackberries, raspberries, blueberries, sweet potatoes, rice, lemon, olive oil, parsley, cilantro, and put it all up in a blender, make chimichurri. Real food is going to allow you to feel satisfied. You're going to get your micronutrient needs met, as well as your macronutrient needs met. Stop going to the low fiber, protein fiber, brownies, and thinking that it's going to help you lose weight. Sure, it might help you eat less for a week or 2, but then it's going to hit you hard. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired and deprived of nutrients. Can't sleep. I don't feel good. And one more that I just thought of too while I was going off on that tangent is electrolytes. I like the brand Seeking Health because it has a good amount of potassium. Water and electrolytes first thing when you wake up. It's going to help so much. Most of you are drinking tap water, filtered water, or even sparkling mineral water for better. That is really good, actually. Minerals. Yeah, those are all my tips. I know this was really long, but that's what, if you do everything I say in this video and you really just like study yourself and track everything and make adjustments as needed, it will happen. 1,000%. If it's not happening, reach out to me and I can help you.
If I wanted to lose 10 to 15 pounds in 30 days or less, Here's how I would go about it as a certified personal trainer and nutritionist, specifically for short women 5'4" and under. Step one, I would expand the timeline because 30 days is not enough to sustainably lose 15 pounds as a petite woman. It takes twice as long for petite women to lose weight versus taller women. Most petites make the mistake of rushing the process, and then that's why they gain the weight back. So I would push the timeline to 75 days.
So let me share this secret with you. This secret is definitely for the short girlies trying to lose weight. I'm gonna just tell you this. These people on this app, they're eating 2,000 calories, doing all these weight training videos, trying to build a booty, trying to build muscle. And you know, that is all fine and dandy. But a lot of them are telling you, like, you don't need cardio. But if you're a short girl, you need to make sure you're doing some sort of cardio. And honestly, an hour of cardio is not really gonna do it. And I'm not saying that you need to be in the gym like being extra as fuck, but I'm saying like you need to make sure you're having a lot more movement throughout your day. Because if you put my stats into a calorie calculator, I'm only 5'2". It's gonna tell you, in order for me to lose 2 pounds a week, I can only eat 1,200 calories. And then they'll get on this app and say 1,200 calories is not sustainable. And it can be sustainable if you're eating real food. But you need to make sure you're moving more. That's the main thing. Like, you have to burn more calories than you intake it. And it's hard to be in a deficit when you're so short and your calorie expenditure is really only 1,200 calories. So make sure you're moving.
Okay guys, I have now lost 4 pounds in 3 weeks. Before this, I was only losing 1 to 2 pounds in an entire month. So what's changed? There is one thing that I've added into my routine and it has changed the game completely for me. I have never lost this amount of weight in this short amount of time. Like, my mind is blown. I feel like the fat is melting off my body like an actual ice cream cone. So let me share with you why. Sprints. If you are on a calorie deficit and you're not doing sprints, what are you doing? Like, you're missing out. You need to add sprints to your routine. I have started doing sprints about 1 to 2 times a week. You get to burn fat quicker, faster, and get the job done in under 10 minutes. You use every muscle in your body when you sprint. Not to mention the after effect, you feel amazing. That dopamine rush that you get is everything. You just get mental clarity. I have been on a calorie deficit plenty of times and I have never in my life lost 4 pounds in 3 weeks. Like, never. I have almost always taken at least 4.5 weeks to lose 3 pounds. I'm one of those girls that do not have a extremely fast metabolism. I'm only 5'1". So you know, it just takes longer and it's just a slower process for us short girls. So if you're on a calorie deficit and you're not doing sprints, get on it.
My 3 main tips for short girlies trying to lose weight that got me from this to this. As a short girl, all the calorie counters are going to tell you that your calorie deficit has to be super low. Yes, you are going to have to be in a calorie deficit, but there are some things that can help you so you're not starving yourself throughout the day. Number 1, strength training. By growing your muscles, you're going to increase your metabolism, which is going to allow you to eat more on your calorie deficit. These extra calories will be used to fuel and grow your muscle and won't cause you to gain fat. The second thing that helped me maintain my calorie deficit was finding meals that were satiating and filling and kept me from late night snacking. I post recipes every day that will help you stay on your calorie deficit that are low in calorie and high in proteins. My last tip is prioritizing gut health. By making sure you have enough fiber and are eating foods with clean ingredients that you can pronounce, this is going to help ultimately with your digestion and making sure everything is flowing through your body correctly. By focusing on these 3 things, you will be able to maintain your calorie deficit and get the physique you want at any height.
You're eating way more than you think. I have lost over 50 pounds in the last 2 years, and I also just got back from Europe, where portions are smaller, people are in better shape, they are healthier, and they are doing more things for their overall health. Our portions in America are way too big. They are way too big. As somebody who is 5'3", a petite girly, has struggled with her weight most of her life, I can honestly tell you that you are eating way more than you think. The portions are not only huge, but there is so many ingredients, there's so many things in our food that just adds extra calories. I'm just over all of it. Like, I'm over the song and dance of going to a restaurant and saying, oh my gosh, my stomach's gonna hurt when I leave this restaurant. Like, and I go home, I'm gonna be bloated. Like, I'm tired of the song and dance because I know when I eat clean, nutritious foods, I'm good. But there is no reason why us 20-year-olds, I'm not 20, I'm 28, but
us 20s, our people in our 20s are having stomach problems, you guys. And how is that possible? How is the whole world struggling with stomach problems right now? Like, I'm sorry, what? Like, what? Before anyone asks me what my routine is, how I've gotten the weight off, start there. Start right there with the food. I'm just out here being a girl's girl and telling the truth on how I lost this weight. I might be in the gym 6 days a week, but I also got ridiculously strict about the food that I buy. In Europe, everybody walks. Everybody's walking every day. It wasn't until I started really counting my calories for every single meal and looking at my day until I realized how much I was overeating. Move your body, start walking, get in the gym, sweat it out, and start changing your food. Your taste buds will literally change. The cleaner you eat, the more your taste buds will get acclimated. Health. Like, I love knowing I'm eating blueberries for antioxidants. I'm eating protein, and that's gonna help with my hair, skin, and nails. Like, I look at my plate of food now and I'm like, ooh, this is like my beauty hack secrets. Instead of having stomach problems, feeling bloated, feeling like I don't understand what's going on with my health, but really I'm in my 20s. There's no reason I should be having issues. I'm just over it. Like, I'm over eating at the time that they tell us to eat because it's dinner time. Like, what if I'm just not hungry? Like, what if I just don't feel like eating? Why do I have to eat if I'm not hungry? Or why do I have to eat breakfast if I'm not hungry? I just want to eat when I want to eat. And I want to eat good, nutritious foods.
If you're a shorter girl, like 5'1", 5'2", or 3, whatever, and you're looking to lose weight and you struggle and you don't understand why you can't, it's probably because when you're shorter, you have way less calories to play with. I learned that the hard way. I started eating like a bunch of protein, right? A few years ago, I was like, oh, I just have to eat a bunch of protein and I need to cut my calories. I didn't understand how I was supposed to get 100 grams of protein and lose weight. It wasn't working for me because I was eating so much more than I needed to. I think we focus so much on protein. Yes, it's important, but there's so many other things that go into it, like fiber. There's just basic nutrients that you need. Focus on what works for you. Not everybody is a one size fits all. And if you're a shorter girl, you might not be losing weight because you're eating way too many calories and you just can't afford that. I'm sorry, that's just how we're biologically made.